U.S. Senate voted today to move forward with the second impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump.
KXAN politics reporter John Engel explores the role that Texas will play in the trial.
It was unnerving for everyone.
Days before the November election, former Austin congressional candidate Wendy Davis was on the Biden-Harris campaign bus in Central Texas when it was swarmed by a caravan of President Donald Trump's supporters. Trump would later share that video on Twitter, saying, "I love Texas."
And I would hope that we never get numb enough to that kind of behavior to believe that it's normal and that it's okay. And really, that's what this impeachment trial is about right now.
House leaders will argue that Trump began inciting violence weeks and months before the deadly insurrection at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. And they'll also focus on that day when he spoke at a rally alongside Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, telling supporters to fight for their country.
It was a frightening experience.
Senator John Cornyn was sitting in the Senate chamber when the U.S. Capitol was breached. He doesn't believe the Senate has the constitutional backing to convict a former president.
If Democrats can do this to a Republican president after he's left office, that means Republicans can do it to a Democratic president after they've left office. And that strikes me as a bad outcome, a bad result.
Political science professor Brandon Rottinghouse expects some Republicans to vote to convict Trump, but not the 17 needed for conviction. And he doesn't see Cornyn or Senator Ted Cruz being in that group.
They're both Republicans in a state where Ted Cruz is needs to have that success, and John Cornyn just had that success. So they both need to be able to follow the Trump model at least a little bit.
John Engel, KXAN News.
KXAN has learned that 2 aides to Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton also traveled to Washington ahead of that deadly January 6th riot at the Capitol. The office also has not answered what expenses were associated with Paxton's travel, but it is possible he paid for that with campaign or personal money. Kimberly Hubbard traveled to D.C. to assist Paxton on state business from January 5th through the 7th at a cost of $700 to taxpayers. First Assistant Attorney General Brent Webster was in Washington over that same time period to meet with senior White House officials at a cost of $1,080 to taxpayers in Texas. The Attorney General's office has not answered repeated questions from KXAN about who both staffers met with over the weekend and why Webster was meeting with the White House nearly a month after the U.S. Supreme Court shot down Texas' lawsuit aiming to overturn election results in 4 battleground states.
The Attorney General's office did say it only spent $12,000 in taxpayer money on that failed lawsuit for copies and the printing of briefs. It says an attorney outside worked on the case at no cost to the state. The Attorney General's office did not provide any billable hours for in-house staff. The New York Times reported that the attorneys for President Trump wrote the lawsuit that Paxton filed with the Supreme Court.